good evening, and welcome to another exciting adventure of Bobe's Hobby House. Tonight I have as a guest, we've got some secret guests here. I've got my son Michael Bobe's in from college. He's an expert in plastic models, and we're going to have him talk about the title of the program tonight will be, I forgot the title of the program, Creative Christmas Gifts, right? Christmas Hobbies. Creative Christmas Hobbies and Gifts. The rehearsal went really badly today. Mike, you just got in from college and you got some plastic models that a lot of people are giving plastic models for Christmas. What kind of stuff is good to give for?
Well, one of the things I said on the show where I came on and talked about plastic modeling is the reason some of the people do a lot of the plastic modeling. In a lot of things you can do models of things that you've either flown or driven or something like that, or you would like to. And in this kind of stuff, we've got a lot of the latest kind of things in both cars and planes and things like this. We have the Lamborghini is one of the most popular kits right now, and that's one of the really good ones for a lot of people into cars.
Wait, this is something where parents, if your kids are asking you for a car, this is your big chance. Say, how would you like something exotic? I'm going to give the kids a Lamborghini. That would make the whole day, right? But you have to build it first.
Oh yeah, and there's like the Miami Vice Testarossa that you can see on TV and things like that. Then we've got...
We're seeing it on TV.
Oh yes. We've got a lot of the newest things in aircraft. We've got displayed here on the table John Wallen's B-2 stealth bomber. And here's the kit.
This is the one we've got right here on the tabletop. This model, or this, it says top secret on the model. This model is so secret that the first 4 kits that came in did not have instructions. But we've got kits now that have instructions. They are in English, by the way. This is an American company, so we can cover that. Stealth bomber, speculation.
And we also have the 2 stealth fighters. There's the Soviet stealth fighter and the American stealth fighter. Both of those have made a lot of news and everything lately. And then we've got things of local interest. We've got the T-2 Buckeye, which is one of the Navy's training aircraft, and you can see those flying around here often.
Right out at Sherman.
Everybody ought to get one of those that goes through the flight program. And then we've also got the brand new Blue Angels F-18. We've got that in several sizes and different companies and things like that, different price ranges. And so you can build the newest, latest thing that the Blue Angels are flying.
Okay, speaking of the Blue Angels, we have a whole collection of Blue Angel aircraft historically, which is kind of interesting. Some of the folks, and I hate to stand here and tell people how many of these airplanes that I remember watching the Blue Angels fly, because I'm not that old. They're starting all the way back with the F9F2 back in 1949 and 50. I don't even remember that. And just there are 5 in this series. We come all the way up through the A4. And of course, the next step is to go into the F-18. So, what do we build?
That brings us into the sets and stuff. There's, like you said, this set is a really good set that comes with a lot of the different planes in it. Then there's also other sets as far as cars. Here's a set of re-released dragsters from the Revell company. You may remember some of these kits being around a while back. Well, they're back again, and you can get them all in a set. And we also have a re-release of some aircraft. The German plane in this, the Dornier Aero, was recently bringing up to $60 for that kit all by itself in the collector's markets, and it's back out now with another plane in the kit for just over $10. So it's you ought to wait around for these kind of things to come back around as far as collector's items go. They'll always come back sometime, and they've got some good sets like that coming out. Okay.
Okay, you got some tools over there for working with plastics. What?
Okay, if you know someone who's into modeling and don't have any idea what to get them, can't figure out what kind of models they're into, one of the good things you can get them is like a tool set. We have an example of the X-Acto knife sets here. And this kind of thing is really good tools for working with any kind of plastic kits. It doesn't matter if they're building ships or cars or planes or what. And this can be really useful for that.
It's also handy for the wood carving people.
You can use this in almost any of the hobbies. This could be...
For those ladies that always talk about the guys that I don't know what to get him for Christmas, men frequently have a thing about tools. So sharp knives, I don't see how a household can get along without having an X-Acto knife of some sort around the house. In the range of very small tools, I think we excel in some of that. We have quite a good collection of small tools. Another of those is the airbrush, which is very popular in the beach areas.
Okay, yes, another of the tools that's good for any of the modelers is an airbrush. Everybody kind of looks at them and saves up and wants to get one because you can do a really fantastic finish. And one of the good ways to get it is with a set like this. The Pacha airbrush, we carry the H and the VL, which are single action and double action airbrushes. And usually a single action is good enough for a modeler. That's all they need for doing the good finish and everything. And if you buy it in a set like this, it comes with the airbrush and the 3 bottles, and it comes with the air hose and the extra needles and tips to make it any of the 3 sizes it comes in.
Okay, and all you need to go with that is an air supply, about 20 to 45 pounds of air pressure. That works out pretty well. A lot of the airbrush artists out at the beach use the same type of airbrush, so it's not just a modeling thing. It can be used to, this could actually make money. I've seen people do that before.
Oh yeah, lots of money.
Okay.
Okay.
What else have we got around here? We got some radio controlled cars. I wanted to talk about that briefly. This is one of our favorites in this area. This is the Tamiya Hornet model. This is an off-road electric car. They're nice and quiet. They don't make noise and aggravate the neighbors. I think I said in one of the early programs they might aggravate the neighbors' dogs because we've heard of dogs chasing these things. But they're very quiet. They take, in this particular case, probably 3 to 5 hours to build. And this one is capable of speeds in excess of 20 miles an hour. I'd like to stress the quality of these cars because there are a tremendous number of radio-controlled cars on the market, and one of the things you really need to be aware of is if there are no parts available for that car, then I can promise you that if you run a car that moves at all, you're going to need parts somewhere down the road. Now, the cars that we've stocked, Ken Parker's down there, and he's selected those very carefully to buy only the cars that we have access to parts for. So that's one of those kind of things. Speaking of that kind of quality, I'd like to mention for a moment, let's see if we can move the secret bomber here. Okay, I'd like to mention the model railroad equipment. We've got, to begin with, we have books that can talk about the very beginning parts of the model railroad. Now, frequently people will ask about what age should I have the model railroader come along at this. I think Michael did his first thing when he was about 5. Generally, we recommend 7 and older, and there is no upward limit. We have several people in their 80s that are very actively pursuing the model railroad, so it's not just a thing for young people. I would like to again stress quality, and if I may, let me show you one of the kind of quality locomotives that we have. I'm going to take the lid off of this locomotive. And inside, this is going to be the really important thing because the shells all look pretty much alike. But inside you'll find the large 5-pole motor, and on either edge of that you'll find flywheels, which make for a very smooth operation. And please notice in this locomotive it drives all the wheels, front and back. Now, in some of the locomotives that don't drive the front and back wheels, you'll find that the tires are covered with rubber bands. The rubber bands usually only last about 14 to 18 months. But that usually is plenty long enough because the rest of it hasn't lasted longer than that. This locomotive is capable of pulling 15 to 25 cars on straight and level track, which is more than most folks have anyway. And while we're speaking of cars, let me show you how we sell our model railroad cars. These come in kit form, and on the end of the box it says you need to be 7 years and older. Notice this one has all the parts in it, the wheels, the couplers, and everything, and this particular car is one that we had made up for our 25th anniversary. I suppose this could be a collectible item, but all of our model railroad cars are in kit form. They must be assembled, and all the parts are in the box. It takes a screwdriver to do the assembly work. Those are important things in the continuing thing. Now, folks that you know that already have model trains, we have a lot of accessories that can go along with that. I about fell out of my chair. While we're talking about kits and bits and pieces, one of the delightful things we have, a few sound effects here. We have radio-controlled model airplanes. Now, these look great up on the wall, and everybody looks at them and say, wow, that's pretty neat. But what they don't recognize is sometimes there's more to this than meets the eye. Let's show them what we're talking about. Because when you pull the lid off the box, this is what's inside. There's no radio. There's no wheels, there's no gas tank, there's a bunch of lumber wrapped in plastic bags. It has a complete instruction booklet, and the trend these days in radio-controlled model airplanes is to have very, very complete instructions, and this is one of those kits. But you'll find model aviation is very strong in this neighborhood. We have 2 very active RC model clubs. And if you need further information on those, we can help you right up at Bobe's Hobby House. A quick phone call will put you onto those things. All right, and we've got some other things down here on the floor. We also have some model rocketry equipment. Slide that over there. In the model rocketry, we've got some beginning sets, which the set is really the easiest way to start off. It has everything you need in there except the glue and 4 pin-light batteries. And that works out really well for a beginning person. So it's got the launch platform and everything. I'd like to remind everybody that these are electrically fired rockets. They're prepackaged engines. They have an extremely good safety record. Okay.
And once you have that launch pad, you can launch any of the other rockets.
That's right. We have a lot of refill rocket kits. You're on Bobe's Hobby House.
I'd like to know if you sell remote control helicopters.
Okay. I'm sorry, that's one thing that we don't have on the shelf, and I think the major reason there is the rather prohibitive price. They're also fairly difficult models to build. So generally we've recommended that in aviation you start with a flying model airplane.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for the call. Okay, as far as degree of difficulty, I would like to suggest to parents and grandparents and all of those people, grandparents are probably the worst ones about this. Don't overwhelm the youngsters, particularly the very young, with something beyond their capability. That can be frustrating sometimes. These kits are available in varying levels, and you want to shop those accordingly. Okay, we're going to go ahead on a break, and we're going to swap from the model side to the craft side. And for the second half guest, we're going to swap Michael for Sandy Bobe, and we'll see what kind of tricks we have to go with that. We're back, and we have, as the second half guest, Sandy Bobe, and Sandy's probably going to tell us about
things you can make for the women in your life.
No.
Yes, this is for the women in your life. This side.
In my life?
No, not your life. You better not have any more women in your life, except Miss Betty. Let's talk about what we can do to give as gifts, okay?
I think we'd better.
Okay, some of the things that you can do. If you have a crafter in your family who already does things and you don't know what to give them because they already have all their yarn or they have all their paints or something like that, then you might want to consider doing a gift basket kind of idea. Now, the first one we have here is a no-sew calico cat basket.
Say that 3 times fast.
This is made with poster board and fabrics and quilt batting, and we've just decorated, and we've taught classes in this too, you remember that. And then you can just fill it full of her favorite types of yarns, some knitting needles or crocheting, a couple of small instruction booklets, and give it to her as a gift.
Wait,
like
you have
this.
to build the basket and everything?
You build the basket, which is your contribution to the homemade look, and then give her the materials to further the project.
Okay, guys, if you're into this kind of a thing and you're coming in the shop and you're not the world's finest basket builder, we have some baskets in there that are built already, and you can just fill it up with some of this kind of stuff.
That's right.
Oh, here we go.
Here's another idea. This is a fabric decorated basket. What you do is you take a white willow basket and you spray paint it with our wonderful country colors, and the handles are hand painted because it's, you know, to get the 2 tones. Then we've used upholstery fabric to do the decorating on the front and then glazed it. And then we've just filled it with some towels that you could stencil on or cross stitch on. If you do cross stitch and you want to give it to someone, you could do one of the towels. You could do all the towels if you really wanted to, if you're really ambitious, or give them the towels and let them try it after they see.
How many weeks till Christmas?
Well, it doesn't take long
long
not to do a towel like this. This is a simple design. Okay, fill it with some soaps or potpourris. Here we have a bag of wonderful smelling potpourri. And we've taken some of the potpourri as an added little gift in the basket and made a little potpourri hoop. There it is. It's hard to do this backwards. And we've just added some ribbon roses and lots of little ribbon and lace and stuff. And that's just an extra little gift that they could hang up in the bathroom or wherever they wanted to do it.
Looks like you could hang it on a Christmas tree.
Now, you don't have to get this fancy with the baskets. You can just simply get a basket and tie a bow on it and then fill it with your favorite goodies. Someone who cooks, fill it full of jams and jellies or spices or kitchen utensils or something. But the idea is to make part of the gift and then give them something ready-made. It makes kind of a neat idea.
Okay.
Okay, if you're not into...
How about this figure that I have here? What's going on here?
Well, this is one of the international Santas.
International?
Yes, this is the German Santa. This is a painting project, and even if you don't paint, this is easy to do because it's just color book type coloring. And I'll turn him around slowly. You can see all the detail and stuff. He has his bag on the back, and it's full of gifts, including a teddy bear. A little ball that I painted stars on.
What other countries do Santas come from?
Every country. But in the line of international Santas that we have this week, and we do have them in the shop this week, there's a German one, one from Holland, France, Finland.
Okay, and these things come as a basic brown, and you have to paint them?
Right. This is a resin epoxy pecan shell composition figurine that's molded. You'll find these selling.
Really into tongue twisters tonight.
You'll find these kind of figurines selling in the gift shops for anywhere from $65 to $200.
Ours are less than that, huh?
They are $11.95, and all you have to do is paint them.
Okay.
And give them as a gift, or keep them for yourself for your decorating. A lot of the things that involve gift giving and stuff is a lot of people like to do ornaments or other things that people can use around for Christmas, like
Jeez, we got ornaments all over the place.
Crochet a Santa Claus, crochet an angel for the top of your favorite
Who crocheted the Santa Claus over there behind you?
That's Laureen.
Yeah, Laureen's one of the employees up at the shop. That's part of the family.
Laureen,
Aunt
that's
Laureen, right.
We always joke about having a couple of token non-related employees.
Yeah, we have some folks there that are not related.
Yeah. Okay, for
You're wearing your sweatshirts again, right?
Yes, well, it's getting to be a habit.
Did you paint this sweatshirt yourself?
The one I'm wearing is stenciled.
Okay.
Again, it looks like a painted shirt, but it is a stenciled shirt. But you can do all these kind of shirts and stuff for the fashion-conscious person. This is the in thing this year, is decorating sweatshirts. And I cannot believe how many people are out there doing it now since we started teaching it.
And the prices that are going on some.
Oh, some of them. I know. We have one lady who's so pleased about the class.
Let's pick this up. You're on Bobe's Hobby House.
Yes. Where are you located?
We're on North W Street. That's kind of up above the Beverly Parkway, Brent Lane kind of an intersection. Our county planners there are a little confused about what to call that street, and it has 5 names from one end to the other, but we're on the north side. It's out, if you're familiar in the Mesquite Charlie neighborhood, we're right out there in their place.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Okay, now the one shirt that I'm wearing is stenciled, but if you crochet, you can applique things on. This particular shirt, and we've not shown this one before on the program, I've kind of held it out. This is an applique method that we've been teaching. It's a brand new method where you take fabric pieces and you cut them out and you use Wonder Under, which is a 2-sided adhesive Pellon, and you adhere them and you use your puff paints and your glitter paints and all of that to adhere them and to decorate them, and it's really fun.
Okay.
It's fun, and you can give those as gifts. Oh, good.
You're on Bobe's Hobby House.
Which is the best between a hornet, grasshopper, or a cat?
Okay, we'll pick that up in just a second. Coming right back. Okay. Which is the best car is frequently a matter of what your interest is and how fast you want to go and how much money you want to put into it. And that even goes all the way back to the old thing about which is better, a Ford or a Chevrolet. And that's so much a personal thing that we would just expose you to the different features in different cars and let you make that decision. But the cars range in speeds from less than 20 miles an hour to more than 30 miles an hour. So you've got a lot of variety there depending on whether you want to race, or we've got a car down here on the floor that is not a real fast car, but they race them. This is one that my father races out at the racetrack on that, the pit shop, and that goes pretty good. So we've got a lot of variety here as far as what kind of cars you want to do. Okay, thank you for the call. Still messed it up.
Okay, now for the little girls in your life, whether they're little or big, you could crochet a little doll. This is a newborn baby, and you could crochet the doll and give it to your favorite little girl. Or you could make her a teddy bear. Now this was again crocheted by Laureen. She loves to crochet. You can make a little teddy bear. Now these are just import type bears that you dress.
I noticed we have some of those import type bears.
We got a lot of those bears, and you'll be happy to know we're using them up.
Not as much as we have
ribbon.
ribbon.
I know.
Okay.
But see how much ribbon we've used on the bears? Look.
It's amazing the places you can
That's
use
right.
ribbon. I've been
I even
dazzled.
put bows on your models.
Yeah, bows on our models. We've got the Christmas tree over here is covered with ribbon. We've used a lot of ribbon, folks, and it's not gone yet. Okay, we've got a call again. You're on Bobe's Hobby House.
Yes, can you tell me, do you have pillow shams for cross-stitching?
I have a couple right now. I really need to have more. And give me a little time and we'll have some more.
Do you think you'll have them in before Christmas?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Okay.
Now, if you have a painter in your life, we have this really neat deal. I think this is really neat. This is the William Alexander painting set. This is the deluxe set that you normally pay a little over $60 for it. And this time for Christmas only, you're going to get a video, a free video with it, absolutely free. And that video, I know, sells for $60 all by itself.
Oh, yeah?
So this is a really good deal. And this has everything you need to do with it.
Okay.
Now, one of the things I want to show you, which is a cute little decoration.
I like the way it slides.
It does that really well. This is a reindeer basket that you can hold all your little candies in. Here, have one.
I've already had
You
several.
had several of those? Okay, but this is
didn't
just
think
another
you'd
cute
notice.
little thing, and it's a quickie to do, so that you can
Okay.
have that for your decorations and put your mints in it. And to use up all that extra ribbon. You remember all the pieces of ribbon we've used and everything?
Yes.
You can take all those little pieces that are left over after your bows,
These are the scraps, folks. Don't throw away your scraps.
and you can make
Okay.
a garland to go on your tree. And in this particular case,
Were you
We
going to
did-
throw it on me again?
we're going to garland
this
you
is the garland
because we don't
family
have
here.
a tree to put
Okay.
this on.
It's not coming out my ears. Okay, we've got just a time to wrap it up here. I just would like to remind you that if you like to make it, we've got the place over here at Bobe's Hobby House. And if you're ready to blast off to Bobe's Hobby House, there goes the rocket. Yay. Okay, we can blast right off. We've got all kind of stuff. Be glad to help you with a hobby this season. Have a good holiday for tomorrow. Stuff that turkey.